Hey guys, Hitman89 here, and welcome to my honest review on A Plague Tale Innocence. It's developed by Asobo Studio and published by Focus Home Interactive. It came out on May 14th on PC, Xbox One and PS4. A Plague Tale Innocence is an action-adventure game that takes place in France during the Black Death, aka the plague which killed at least 30% of Europe's population. You play as Amicia de Rune and her little brother Hugo, and you'll have to survive the Inquisition soldiers and the unstoppable swarms of rats that surround you. Now that you kinda know what the game is about, let's start this review with the graphics. Most characters look great apart from maybe one or two that look like they were rushed for some reason. The rat physics are good, the environments look amazing, especially the lighting, which in my opinion is one of the game's strengths. On the other hand though, the only thing that kinda breaks the immersion a little bit for me is how rigid some animations are. Moving on to the performance, for the most part the game runs smooth, even though you might experience a little bit of micro stuttering, and in my case for example, since this review was shot on PC, I had to disable the VSync and I also had to set the view distance to low, because for some reason those two settings alone were ruining the whole performance. Hopefully we'll get a patch that fixes this issue, but anyways, I'ma give the graphics a 9 out of 10 and I'ma move on to the sound. The soundtrack is made by Olivier de Rivière, who's known for his awesome work on games like Alone in the Dark, Assassin's Creed Black Flag and tons of other great games. So obviously the music is very good and the sound effects are also great. I'll let you listen to the game audio for like 10 seconds and then we'll talk about the voice acting.
Over there! Light! We're there, Hugo!
A Plague Tale Innocence has English, French and German audio. I don't speak German so I didn't bother trying it, but the English and French voice actors did a great job for the most part and they made the game even more believable. So I'ma give the sound a 9.5 out of 10 and I'll let you listen to some dialogues for like 15 seconds before we talk about the gameplay.
Clovey, what is happening here?
The plague. So many people dead. And those still alive have... But where are your parents?
At home. They're waiting for us.
So Plague Tale Innocence is a linear, story-driven adventure game where you have to protect your little brother and survive in a world ravaged by the plague. And I want to talk about the good stuff first. So the story is good and the game has a kind of unique feel to it. You know, it's original, it's immersive. You'll have to use stealth to get past enemies and you'll also have to solve some puzzles to keep on progressing through the game, which takes me to the bad stuff. The first thing I don't like about the game is that it's way too easy. Most puzzles are very simple and the stealth phases are made extremely easy by the bad AI. Cause yeah, like on most stealth games, the enemies are partially blind and probably partially deaf too. I mean, not only that, but even when they manage to see you, all you have to do is hide again and they'll forget about you. You know what? I'll just shut up for a few seconds so you can hear what this guy says when I hide in the grass while he's looking at me.
Ah, forget it. What? Nothing at all.
So yeah, the fucked up AI is for me the game's biggest problem. Back to the good stuff though, you can craft different types of ammo, you can also upgrade your sling, material bag and clothes in order for you to make less noise and also have a more efficient weapon. So like I said, this is an extremely linear game and if that's what you were into or maybe you want to take a break from all these open world games we've been getting, you're gonna like A Plague Tale's gameplay, which is gonna get an 8 out of 10. Moving on to the replayability, the game is around 10 to 14 hours long, but since it's a very linear game like I said, when you finish it, I honestly don't think you're gonna play it again, apart from maybe a couple of chapters that you really liked, but other than that you won't really have a reason to touch the game again, so I'm gonna give the replayability a 10 out of 10. Just kidding, it's gonna get the 4 out of 10 and now let's have a look at the fun factor. Not gonna lie, I had tons of fun playing this game and obviously you have to be into single player games to like it. And even though it's not that challenging, probably because the devs wanted everyone to finish their game and find out what's gonna happen to Amicia and her brother, nevertheless the game is still very fun to play and if you like story driven games then you'll most likely enjoy playing this one. So the fun factor is gonna get a 9 out of 10. Last but certainly not least, A Plague Tale Innocence is gonna cost you $45 on Steam and $50 on Xbox One and PS4. I really feel like it offers the player a unique experience and a very interesting story, so in my opinion it's worth its price, and that's why the value for money is gonna get an 8.5 out of 10. A Plague Tale Innocence could have been way better if it had more replay value and most importantly better AI, but it's still a very good game and that's why I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10. If you're into story-driven adventure games, you should definitely give this one a shot. That's gonna be it for this review. I hope you found it useful. By the way, special thanks to Focus Home Interactive for providing me with a review code and therefore making this video possible. Don't forget to check out my other videos and if you like them then please subscribe. It's been Hitman89. See you guys very soon.